Hi YouTubers, Scally2 here. I thought I'd make a video today about keeping Discus from the beginning. My aim is to dispel all these rumours that Discus are really hard to keep. This video is basically aimed at people who've kept other fish before. You know, your average run-of-the-mill fish. Neon tetras, cardinal tetras, you know, all different sort of angel fish like that, you know, your basic run-of-the-mill sort of fish. I want to dispel this rumour that Discus really take a lot of looking after, which is not strictly true. I've got to be honest with you, it's not hard at all, it's quite easy. All you've got to do is follow a few simple rules. First thing is water quality with Discus fish. Basically, pH and water quality, nitrates and nitrites, the same things that you're familiar with if you've kept fish before. So the first thing I'd recommend you do, if you're going to keep Discus fish, is buy some test strips. These are just your broad range test strips. Now what these are, they've got a few basic tests on them. You've got your nitrates, your nitrites, your chlorine levels, and a few other things on there. But what we're looking for mainly on this one is really the pH. That's what I use this for. So I'd recommend you go to your tap before you buy any Discus at all. Take a test strip out, test the tap water in your property. If that tap water comes out at 7, fine. If it comes out at 7.5 to 8, you're going to have to try and soften it a little bit. Using something like this, which is like aquarium peat. It's very easy to use. You put a little bag in your filter, it lowers the pH naturally, and it acts as quite a permanent buffer. I think I have to change it once a month or something like that, and that should bring it down to around 6.5, which is ideal. If your water coming down at 7, that's probably going to be alright, because a lot of Discus these days are captive bred. You know, in different shops up and down the country, and breeders, they tend to breed them sometimes in water that's slightly harder anyway, at 7, something like that. But I recommend you do try and get it at 6.5 if you can, because it is more ideal. Now then, assuming that's all alright and your water's right parameters at 7, you know, you can go ahead and start. Now basically, what I'd recommend you do is, if you're buying Discus fish for the first time, make sure before you do anything your tank's big enough. It's important to have a large aquarium. You know, you don't want anything smaller than 200 litres really, if you want to keep a few Discus together. And they are a shoaling fish, so they do need to be kept together really. If you keep one on its own, it's not going to be very happy. You want at least 4 or 5 adult Discus fish. And if you do that, that's fine. Another thing I want to talk about is obviously maintenance of your aquarium. Now, if you've kept fish before, you know yourself, it's basically just a weekly job of maintenance. Nothing changes with Discus fish, apart from the fact you've got to do a few more water changes. You probably change 25% of your water every week. That's to ensure good quality, and it gives the nutrients in the water, it gives the fish a better environment. Because they are a bit more temperamental than than the average fish, but not that much. You want a good gravel cleaner, a length of hose pipe, a couple of nice buckets. Your basic cleaning kit, it's just the same for all fish. A good dechlorinator is very important also. I mean, I've been keeping tropical fish now for a lot of years, and I, like most people, started off with your basic things, your guppies, your platies, then moved on to tetras and things like that. And I kept my lowis for a while, which I quite enjoyed. Now they're a different end of the scale, they like hard water. So that could be something that you look into if your water's, too hard for Discus. But Discus for me are the nicest fish you can have in a freshwater aquarium. And like I said, just keep your tank clean. Just follow the basics, and that's all you need to do. pH 6.5 to 7 is fine. Temperature wise, they need it a little bit warmer Discus fish than your average fish. They like it around about 30 degrees. 29 to 30 degrees is a nice steady temperature for Discus to thrive in. Filtration wise, my aquarium, which I have here, has just got a basic juwel filter because it's a juwel aquarium. I did add to that by adding an external filter, and that is not strictly necessary. If you do your regular water changes, you can get away with just the filter that the aquarium comes with. It's got sponge in there, your various filter media, sponge and finer sponges, different coarse sponges. The beauty of having an external filter is you can add different things to it. You might want to add some Cyrax or something like that, or carbon or something. But again, it's not necessary. If you keep those water changes regular, it's not necessary. So for a little bit of time, you can have a really nice aquarium. My substrate that I've got in my aquarium is just sand and a mixture of sand and gravel, and basically that's all I need. I mean, I've got some plants in this aquarium because I've got a DIY CO2 system on this aquarium that I've shown in other videos. That's a whole different ball game. You can keep discus in a fish only aquarium. They don't need plants. In fact, a true discus biotope doesn't have many plants at all. It's mainly just driftwood. So, you know, you don't need to worry about keeping plants if you don't want to. But to me, keeping discus fish is more rewarding than other fish because they breed quite freely. Now, if you want to breed discus fish, that again is a different ball game. But they will lay eggs in a community tank like this one. I've had no end of clutches of eggs in this aquarium, but they don't get to the hatching stage because obviously the parents eat them because it's not really a safe environment. But you can easily, if you've got another aquarium, you can take 2 out and you can hopefully raise some young fry. There's a bit more to it than that, but you know, it can be done. But they are a rewarding fish. So I recommend that you have a go at keeping discus and don't worry too much. There's plenty of information out there on keeping discus on the YouTube. It's such a nice fish. For me, they're the kings of the aquarium. So I'd just like to finish this video by saying, you know, have a go at them. Don't be scared. You can have a nice, beautiful aquarium in your lounge, and they look really nice. I hope this helps anybody that's thinking about going to keep discus, because it really is simple. Follow a few basic rules and it's easy. And as you can see, all my fish are looking well and healthy. So again, any questions, anything you'd like to ask me, I'm always available to answer any questions you might have, or indeed anybody's got any advice for me. I'm always willing to learn. So, thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed this video.